But for me to be able to have those experiences with people, to use that time of energy to actually forge a man in me, forge. And you're forged by doing something. You're forged by actually just taking responsibility. And if you find yourself passionate about something, just do it. And the whole concept of, if you do have listeners that are like, oh, I want to be led by the voice of God too. Like that's actually something that I've committed my life to. Well, listen, it's a whole lot easier to steer a moving vessel. You can have a boat or a car in a car park. Okay, if it's sitting still, it's very hard to change the direction of that thing. Right. Once it's moving, then you can change it. And that's just get moving, just get doing something.
Welcome to Men Are Forged podcast. I'm your host, Cartwright Morris. If you're a young man trying to figure out that next step in life, trying to define and discover what your purpose is, then this podcast for you. I, like you, was in my mid-20s trying to figure out who I was and what I want to do with my life. And through learning from men that have gone before me of how they took massive action in their life, built strong mindsets, and defined their purpose, they stepped into more of who they are and found not only a purpose but fulfillment in their life and excitement and lasting success that they now carry in the next phase of life. So go to menarforged.com to find out more, and thank you for listening. Okay, what you just heard was a clip from my episode 91 with Chad Mansbridge from Australia. Good eye, mate. 14, I'm a big fan of the Aussie accent, so I apologize for you Aussies that were offended by that. It's one of my fun accents to do. And unfortunately, I go to a lot of them. Good on you. Excited for this because there was so much gold that, Chad, you could definitely tell he's that type A pastor that's like, man, I'm going for it. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to preach the gospel. I'm going to help believers. I'm going to do what I was called to do. And that personality can be very infectious. It very much resonates in, like, dang, man, encourage you to start making moves, make things happen, go for things. And I think that's a lot of what he said. He really hit on it. And, I even asked him the question, what advice would you give young pastors in their 20s? And I think for all of us, in our 20s is, really be that moving target, be that things tend to happen when we're doing something. I've probably hammered this multiple times. I have made a lot of mistakes by making moves and trying to do something, but something good has always come from those, even passively or intentionally, right? One of my big regrets, like I've talked about, was moving to Mobile and trying to walk on a football team. Like, man, that whole experience was difficult, hard, and it didn't work out the way I wanted to or thought it should. But it revealed a lot in me of my, unfortunately, poor motivations. But also, I gained a friendship out of it. A good friend who was just in my wedding. I officiated his wedding. So there's always, when we're moving, doing something, there's good things will come of. We'll learn a lot. We'll gain things that we didn't think we needed, but we actually did. And sometimes even wants come from that. Desires, good things that come. So, but it's when we're idle, when we're waiting around for something to happen is when, unfortunately, is when that regrets become too much of a reality. I would say that's probably where my biggest regret's coming, is when I was waiting for something to happen and I didn't just do something. So really today is that. If I could give advice to my 25-year-old self, is just go for it. That's a kind of constant message here, like amidst of me creating this Men Are Forged, we're being shaped and molded by doing. God is using the things in our life to mold us, to shape us. And when we're willing to embrace that by just the doing, I think there's always, with courage has to be wisdom, or sometimes we just really do foolish things, right? But if if our tensions really are pure and we really have a foundation to move from, we really can go for a lot of good things. We can go for things. And even if they don't work out like we think they're supposed to, it's going to be good. But in the shaping of Men Are Forged, this brand, this thing I'm trying to help you men really grasp onto and really embrace the hardships of life, the discomfort that actually creates really good things. We talk about three things, right? It's kind of really come down to, right? The big one is to find your purpose, really understand why I'm here. What am I doing? What about me that matters, that really adds value to people, but also brings contentment and fulfillment to me? One is building those strong mindsets. Like I've said a million times, strong mindsets outlast good behaviors. It just always does. I mean, I've wasted so much energy trying to be a good little boy, do what I'm supposed to do what I think my bosses, my leaders, my parents even, what they think I'm supposed to do with that. And that's just wasted energy, only things anxiety. Whatever culture you get into, people like and dislike, and you've really got to build strong mindsets in you that really guide you, and really, because you're willing to then take on more. You're willing to take criticism. When you're a good little boy, you're not willing to take criticism. You don't want to disappoint anybody. But when you have a strong mindset of you're a constant learner, I'm an unfinished product, that I'm being forged and molded into something, that I can do hard things, right? I can embrace discomfort, that the buck stops with me, that everything, those types of mindsets, when we build those things, we're willing to really grow and take on life and really create lasting success. And then the main, and the one that really I've hit on is take massive action. That's the language I've been trying, really getting down to. Is like, man, we gotta be willing to do that. It may look different from all of us. I think some of y'all, I think I hit on this last week. It's either a relationship. Some of y'all got to do it occupationally. Some of it it's moving across the country. It's starting a business. It's taking a new job. Yeah, I mean, what's your next step. What is, what God's been putting His finger on. What He's like, we're not moving till we do this. Some of it's your mental health. You've got to be willing to put something down. You've got to be taking action of like, man, I have to work less hours in my life. Or some of y'all, maybe I need to work more. Some of y'all, it may look like something has to be sacrificed. Something has to be put to the side to really take that massive action on the next step in your life. Some of it's like, man, I need to put more of my mental energy into my marriage. Some of it needs to be more of my mental energy into my kids, being a father and a husband. I got to put work down. I got to put down all these things that I think are important. I'm in a Sunday school class where we talk about the role of a husband, and the main thing is being committed to my wife. But I think something gets diluted in our culture where it's like the main thing is being a provider. So I got to work, I got to grind, I got the wife, so now I got to make all this money to support her. And really, our wives are sitting there like, no, I want you. I don't want your money. I want you. I want to know that you're committed to us more than you're committed to your job and making money. So yeah, I think that's, I think a lot of that message from just listening to Chad talk, is really that mindset of just get the ball moving, really go after it, make things happen, that it's easier to steer a moving vessel than it is a stationary one. That's just a mindset we really have to get into and really take on and really value in our life. That's not always necessary, but when we feel ourselves, when we're bored, restless, discontent in our life, and even hopeless, it's like, just do something. Go for it. Make it happen. It may, there may be anxiety or stress related to it, but I think you'll find on the other side there is a dissipating of that, and you realize you can take on more than you think you can take on. So, recommend you check out Chad's book. It's the 3 simple steps to, helping a believe or read the Bible. It's, you can handle the truth. I think we had a funny little quib about if any of y'all seen A Few Good Men. And I really asked, this is really helps me out, really helps me continue to grow what I'm doing, is to go to mentorforge.com/authors. There's a link at the top of the screen, or you can click on the podcast and click on authors on the podcast. And it's right there at the top of the page. Is you can really go on Amazon and buy it through that. There's an Amazon link in Men Are Forged website for you to do that. So, and I've got all my other guests on there, so you could literally scroll down to and see all the different authors, which is really cool. I mean, once I did that, I was like, man, this is tedious. But you're like, man, I've got a lot of great men on here who've written a lot of great books. And I want to say I've read a third of them, and I'm just getting started. So, but I will say, if you check out their episode, it's quality stuff they're putting forward. And I'm really thankful for the great men that I've had on here who have basically helped me shape this message of what I'm trying to give to you, because I'm learning a lot from them as I'm going and trying to serve you and give value to you and what's your life. So, check out mentorforge.com/authors. I think that's all I got for today, guys, and I'll see you next time. All right, one more thing before you go, guys. If you are that guy sitting there like, what the heck am I doing in my life? Or heck, you have done all the things you're supposed to do and you are bored with your life. I've been there, done that. I want you to go to mentorforge.com/define your purpose. This is why I do what I do. I'm trying to help you get unstuck, move past restlessness and even hopelessness, and dive into that next phase of your life. Get excited about your life. Be excited about what you've already been through and where you're going. So go to mentorforge.com/define your purpose. It's a 4-session coaching program. And the first one is free. So go to mentorforge.com/define your purpose. And I look forward to hearing from you.